SUNY campuses have been struggling to recruit students and stay above water lately. It's been a difficult time for all of higher education. In particular, community colleges are fighting just to survive. Last year, Clinton Community College in Plattsburgh cut costs by moving in with its neighbor, SUNY Plattsburgh. We check out the new digs on the first day of school on today's Story of the Day.
Support for Story of the Day comes from Pearsall Wealth Management at UBS Wealth Management USA, subsidiary UBS AG, member FINRA SIPC, 1 Broad Street, Glens Falls.
Hey, I'm David Sommerstein. It's Thursday, August 28th. First up, the North Country's only ROTC program isn't going anywhere. According to Senator Chuck Schumer, the Army has reversed course and will not shut down the Reserve Officer Training Corps unit based at Clarkson University in Potsdam. As of this afternoon, the military had yet to confirm the news or whether the unit would remain its own battalion or be attached to the Syracuse ROTC. Last July, the Army announced it would shut down 10 ROTC units around the country, including the one in Potsdam. The closure was put on pause shortly after, following protests from a bipartisan group of North Country lawmakers. Schumer, a Democrat, called the original plan misguided and applauded the about-face. In a statement, Republican State Assemblyman Scott Gray said he's grateful the Army took these concerns seriously. Clarkson's ROTC program includes students from Clarkson, St. Lawrence University, SUNY Potsdam, and SUNY Canton. It provides college students with basic military training while they complete their education and can become Army officers. It also offers scholarships to help cover tuition. In the most recent fiscal year, New York made more investments in water infrastructure than in any prior year. Samantha Simmons reports for the New York Public News Network.
Announcing the record spending Wednesday at Albany's Corning Preserve, President and CEO of New York's Environmental Facilities Corporation, Maureen Coleman, says nearly 330 projects were executed with financial assistance in the last fiscal year, a 55% increase year to year.
In state fiscal year 2025, EFC didn't just invest $3.4 billion in infrastructure. We invested in public health, in natural habitats, in resilience, and in the future of New York. And clean water for every New Yorker is a goal we will meet.
The projects are meant to improve water quality, create jobs, and protect public health. Largely paid through the State Revolving Fund, which is the primary financial mechanism meant to advance clean water efforts in other state investments, Coleman says the corporation can't lean on federal investments to support infrastructure improvements under the Trump administration. Congressman Paul Tonko of New York's 20th District says he will continue his fight in Washington, D.C. to ensure New Yorkers have clean drinking water, something that he said could be under threat without federal support for water infrastructure.
I commit to continue to fight for every SRF dollar possible in the appropriations process by sharing stories, the most powerful tool we have for advocacy, stories of how these dollars are being spent effectively to protect and improve the lives of New Yorkers across the state.
The funding also supports resiliency efforts, such as infrastructure to support flood-prone areas. Adrienne Esposito is the executive director of the Nature Conservancy in New York. She says New York is doing its part to make its coastlines more resilient.
This program benefits everybody. It benefits our health. It benefits our economy. It benefits our sustainability and our livability, particularly in areas like Long Island, where I'm from, which is extremely vulnerable to these types of challenges.
Commissioner of Health James McDonald says, quote, environmental health is not sexy, unquote. He says most water looks good, but there could be hidden contaminants that can be extremely harmful, making water treatment critical.
If this cup of water was contaminated with lead, it would look and taste like a cup of water. If it was contaminated with PFAS or other forever chemicals, it would look and taste like a cup of water.
A detailed list of projects can be found on the Environmental Facility Corporation's website. For the New York Public News Network, I'm Samantha Simmons.
Vermont's biggest public broadcaster has laid off 15 people due to the recent clawback of federal funding. Vermont Public reports that's a 14% reduction to its workforce. 2 full-time positions have also been changed to part-time. Vermont Public was born out of a merger between Vermont Public Radio and Vermont PBS 4 years ago. It'll lose $2 million from its current budget after Congress voted last month to rescind more than $1 billion for public media over the next 2 years. The cuts will affect every department. Vermont Public CEO Vijay Singh says more layoffs at this scale are unlikely, though the organization is considering other cost-saving measures. Colleges across the North Country started their fall semesters this week. In Plattsburgh, Clinton Community College held the first classes at its new home Monday. As Kara Chapman reports, the move was more than a year and a half in the making.
SUNY Plattsburgh's Red K Hall has had a lot of lives. The college library, the business school, a home for startups expanding into upstate New York. This semester, it's got a new name and a new role for a completely different institution. It's now called the Moore Building, and it's the main academic and student hub for Clinton Community College's new campus.
So they started renovating this in really the beginning of the year.
That's Ken Kennelly, CCC's acting president.
And really, when you look around, it's a miracle, how fast things have come together.
Back in January of last year, CCC officials announced plans to move the college's campus from its home of almost 60 years on Bluff Point to SUNY Plattsburgh. It was billed as a path to save the college. CCC had a huge budget deficit due to declining enrollment and a warning on its accreditation status. Last school year was about addressing those issues while planning for the big move. The college was able to increase enrollment in the fall by 12% over the previous year, something Kennelly has attributed to the admissions team and a SUNY retention program. In November, the college got a 5-year renewal on its accreditation.
If those two things hadn't happened last year, we wouldn't be standing here now. Those were must-do things. And so
the Moore Building and a house next door for administrative offices make up something of a CCC block near downtown Plattsburgh. But the college's full footprint extends onto other parts of SUNY Plattsburgh's campus and beyond. There's art studios in nearby Hawkins Hall and science labs in Beaumont Hall. The nursing and EMT classes will be taught at Champlain Valley Physicians Hospital up the street, and the Institute for Advanced Manufacturing, which will focus on workforce development, will remain as is on CCC's former campus. All of this is a bit of a transition for students and staff alike. Danica Clowney of Peru is a second-year criminal justice major. She says it's sad the college lost the old campus's picturesque view of Lake Champlain, but she admits there are a lot of other perks to the new location.
Because now we have a lot more people to socialize with and more areas to wander, which is nice. And downtown is right around the corner with a lot of nice coffee places, bookstores. I feel like it's a good area just to be at and wander.
Gina Lindsay is a humanities professor who's worked at the college for 25 years. She says she's already seen the positives of the move and the employees being more centrally located.
Just being in closer connection with one another, it can streamline our services for students. So I think that's going to be a big improvement for us, just to be able to help them with what they need.
Still, she admits she's still attached to the old campus and still goes there most days for walks up and down the hill. Lindsay says it's all very bittersweet for her and her colleagues.
It's both things. We're happy, we're excited, we're hopeful, but we're closing a chapter to start a new chapter in a new book, and it's hard. It's hard.
Kennelly says that hard new chapter is necessary. He says community colleges and the open access they provide to higher education matter to the community students.
Many of them would find other places, but some of them wouldn't. And so that opportunity to change lives, that motivates everybody who's here, who's put their life into a community college.
Kennelly says CCC is on track to have about 500 total full and part-time students at the new location this semester, about a 10 to 12% increase over last year. As for whether there's room for growth, Kennelly says that would probably involve finding other space on SUNY Plattsburgh's campus. He says he hopes that's a problem they have. Kara Chapman, North Country Public Radio, Plattsburgh.
We have more news all the time on our website, ncpr.org. Music today by Patricia Julian of Burlington and Jared Stephen Doyle of Potsdam. I'm David Sommerstein, North Country Public Radio.